Now let's look at the final graph question for this question. See, I have a graph over here, and I'm gonna do this question over here because they ask you to use your graph. All right, so let's plot all these things, okay, in our graph. Okay, so based on this, all right, based on this, uh, my mass is the smallest mass is this one, the biggest is this one. So what scale will be suitable for me to transfer over here? All right, and over here my smallest number is 12, my biggest number is 30. So again, we need to set our scale first, so let's start with that. All right, so for my mass, which is my x-axis, the smallest is 20 and the biggest is 50. So let's check what scale will be used. So again, I would like to always start my graph from the corner over here. That will be my 0. Okay, and then let's see. So if I have 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, right, that will just fit just fine. Okay, but it does look quite small, right? But so let's see what we can do. What if we double up? So let's just say if 20 is here. So let's just say 10, sorry, 10 is here, 10, 20, 30, 40. Whoops, that will be too much, all right? So we can't fit into our graph anymore. So what can we do? What other options do we have? Okay, so why don't we try this? Okay, why don't, right? Sometimes you can turn your graph in this way. Okay, so it might fit better. So let's see what happens here. So let's just say I start from 0 over here. Okay, so let's just say I start here, that's 10. I double up two big box to 1 unit, to 10 units in this case. So this 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Perfect. All right, I am utilizing the space of my graph. Okay, I am using the scale of 0, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, but make sure the spacing between them are all equal. All right, you can see all these are two big boxes throughout the way, right? So I'm done with that. I'm quite happy with my x-axis, so I'm just going to draw a line over here. Okay, so that's my x-axis and it's labeled as mass, so I'm just going to write that down, mass gram. Okay, now for my y-axis, I have smallest is 12 and my biggest is 30. So what will be a suitable unit over here? So let's check. All right, so why don't I try with 2468? All right, let's try. Again, we always draw our scale on the solid line over here. So let's say 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, right? I can't fit in over here. So the scale 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 is not suitable. So let's try 5, 10, 15, all right? So 0, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 30, and 35, right? My maximum is 30, it's over here. I'm quite happy. I'm utilizing quite a lot of space, so I'm gonna fill the information up. So that's gonna be 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, and 35. All right, quite happy with that. So I'm just gonna draw a line, and that will be my y-axis. Don't forget your arrowhead. Okay, so the label for the y-axis is increase in length in mm. So I'm going to write that down. Increase in length. And that's going to be mm. All right. So right now, I'm just going to plot all my points now. All right. I'm just going to plot all my points now. So the first one, I have 20, mass 20, and my increase in length is 12. So let's find that 20 is over here. And for my y-axis is 12, so where's that? Okay, now this is again, all right, to find where is 12, first we need to identify one small box is equivalent to how much. So over here, we know that we have 10 small boxes. So we know that one small box like this one small box is equivalent to 0.5, right? Because 5 divided by 10 small boxes is 0.5. So based on that, you know that 2 small boxes will be equivalent to 1 unit. All right, so where will 12 gonna be? So there's gonna be 10, 2 small boxes is 1 unit, so that's going to be my 11, and over here that's going to be my 12. So I will trace back 20 for my x-axis and 12 for my y-axis. That's going to be over here. All right, that's going to be over here. And my next one is 30 and 18. So my 30 is here, my 18 is going to be somewhere. That's 15, 16, 17, 18. My 18 is over here. All right. 40 and 24, then my 40 is over here, 24 is here, 25 is here. So 24, I'm going to minus 2 small boxes, so it's going to be here. All right, and finally 50 and 30, so it's going to be here. All right. So I have marked down all my points, so all I need to do next is to connect the line into one straight line. So just make sure all the dots are connected, okay? And then you can proceed to draw your line. All right, I'm quite happy with that, so I'm just going to draw my line now. Okay, so again, this is another example of a directly proportional question. So direct proportional question, when you transfer the information to the graph, you always get a straight line. So based on the question 12C1, it tells you that the increase in length, all right, use your graph. So I need to use my graph to work out the increase in length when the mass of 45 gram is attached. Okay, the mass of 45 grams is attached. The increase in length when the mass of 45 grams. So where's my 45? So my 40 is here, my 45 is here, that's my 45. Okay, so I'm gonna trace this upwards. I'm gonna trace this upwards. Okay, and look properly, and it connected to this line, and I'm gonna trace this line back to the y-axis so I know what's the value. So I will trace this back to y-axis over here. Okay, I'm going to draw a dotted line. Okay, so what's that value over there? Okay, so let's count. So based on the y-axis, we know two small boxes is 1 unit. So this is 25, this is 26, and that's 27. So for C1, 12C1, the answer will be 27 mm. Okay. So for C2, they ask you the mass attached when the increase in length is 20 mm. So 20 mm, it's over here, all right? So this one is go upwards, so arrowhead, so you know which direction is it going to. So next one is 20 mm over here, all right? So I'm going to trace this to here. All right, I will represent it with my dotted line. And then I'm going to show my arrowhead to show you which direction I'm going in, because this is the information I get, and I'm going to trace this back down to here. Okay, all right, and then based on that information, what is this, what does this read? Okay, all right, so again we can do the same thing over here. We know this is 0 to 10 and there are 20 small boxes here, so 10 divided by 20, we know that 1 small boxes is 0.5, so we know that 2 small boxes, all right, 2 small boxes is 1 unit. Okay, so we will count from here. So let's see what is that. So 2 small boxes 1 unit, so that's 31, 32, 33, and this one is half only, so I know that this is 33.5 grams. Okay, and so that is how we solve the question. Done already. Thank you.